All of them are falling. Okay, we're settled, we're fine, we're good. We're gonna do this. They're falling again. Alright, so the word of the year was consistency, and I've already been challenged with it. The last 2 weeks I've not uploaded, so it's kind of funky because my last video I think was my January TBR, which is weird because this is my January wrap-up and my February TBR. We can't do anything about the past. We are moving forward and we're gonna do better. A little bit of a high goal for this month, so we'll see how this goes. So for the month of January, I had a reading goal of 5 books because I was kind of rereading a book, and I also joined a readathon for the Booked Kingdom for the Grishaverse books. That included the original trilogy, which I've never read, so I had to read all 3 of the books, which did not happen. So we got to 3 books this month, which honestly was not bad. I'm super excited that I even read 3 books because it's been a while since I've read multiple books in a month. So I'm considering it a win. I know many other people who have read literally 10 books in January and other thing. Like, I am mind blown. I need the superpower. I know audiobooks help. I have not gotten into audiobooks yet. I hope to in my future, but as of right now, you're dealing with an oldie. Like, I am literally just reading straight up physical books for now, so this is what we got. So for the first book of January, I was finishing a reread of ACOWAR. I was kind of finishing up this reread from last year, so I only had like so many pages, but I didn't get to it until like mid-month because I was setting up other rhythms. But I finished this book. I've read it before, always emotional, super good. If you have not read this trilogy and you are interested, I would say go for it because it's pretty good. And her new book is coming out this month, so what better time? The second book that I read this month, or January, was Taste and See by Margaret Feinberg. This book was phenomenal. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I'm planning on doing a review for this. I was going to upload a review like a couple weeks ago. Like I said, things happened, but this little short book has so many nuggets of truth. I highly recommend you have snacks nearby when reading. Maybe read more before like meals because it will get you really hungry, but it's super good. There was a lot of wisdom in it. Highly recommend if you are into Christian work and Christian authors, that kind of thing. Super good. And the last book I finished, like literally the nick of time for January, was Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in the original Grishaverse trilogy. Super good start. I think I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. I love the world that we're in. It's very unique compared to what I've read so far. The characters, the main character is not my favorite main character I've ever read. She's growing on me a little bit. I feel like teenage me would have really related to her, but right now I feel like an older sister and I'm like, get it together! What are you doing? I love the magic system. I'm in the second book right now and I'm really excited to do a overall review of the trilogy when I'm done with it. Now for February, I have another high reading goal because I am really trying to keep up with a couple new releases. We're reading quite a bit of fantasy this month. It's not impossible, but it is improbable that I will get to any or all of these books. Well, all of these books. I will get to some, but it's very improbable that I will get to some of them, which if you know where that quote came from, you're a real one. Currently, I'm reading Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, the second book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I have a feeling I might like this one more. I think I'm going to be about a little more than halfway through tonight, but so far I love it. Nikolai is finally here, and I love him. Alina is still not my favorite character, but she has potential. She's getting there. And I'm just really excited about the setting of this book compared to the other book. So, I'm excited. Now for the rest of the month, let me show you my plans because you will also understand why I don't think I'm going to be getting to some of these books. So obviously I want to read Ronin Rising, the finale of the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Super pretty, by the way, but it's a chunker. It's a little bit of a chunker, as most fantasy books are, but this is the plan. I'm definitely going to get to this one, but I plan on doing a review after I finish this. Maybe I'll even do kind of like a little bit of a vlog reacting to the final book as like a part of that review, but yeah, I'm super excited. There's a lot I want to talk about. Then after I finish the Shadow and Bone trilogy, the actual books that we plan on reading for the Booked Kingdom series for this month is the Six of Crows duology. So I plan on reading these babies. They're both chunkers as well, but I know that I'm going to be obsessed with this duology. I've heard so much about these characters and I just know this is more my vibe. I'm really excited, but they're big. So these are a priority. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot to read. So I'm excited, but I am definitely preparing myself mentally, also emotionally. The other book that I'm planning on reading that I don't have in my hands currently is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. A lot of book people know about this book coming out. It's following Nesta and Cassian, so I'm super excited. Cassian is literally my favorite character. That comes out February 16th, so as soon as that comes out, I'm going to be reading it. I'm going to be doing a reading vlog reacting to it, and then I'm going to be uploading hopefully that weekend. So I am anticipating that book so hardcore, and I will for sure be finishing that book fast. That is probably my most anticipated book of the year. It's gonna be super good. Now, this is why I said I'm probably not going to get to all these books this month, because I'm guaranteeing that I'll probably finish maybe those other 5, hopefully. But the other books, if I by some miracle have more time at the end of this month, which I am not guaranteeing, but we have high hopes in this house, I'm going to attempt to read Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This book is about 900 something pages, I believe. It's a chonker. I don't have any sort of understanding how I think I'm going to finish this month, but Chain of Iron, which is the sequel to Chain of Gold, is coming out March 2nd, which I want to prepare for. I have not gotten to this because Lord of Shadows literally wrecked me, and then I stopped because I couldn't handle it, and I haven't gotten to it yet, so I know I'm gonna be wrecked. So I'm hoping to get to this. I might film a reading vlog with that because I know I'm going to be super emotional. I don't know exactly how I think I'm going to get to these books, but if we do by some miracle have time, I just hit myself in the face. Have time for these, I'm going to get to these books. And then Chain of Iron will come next month because that's going to be insane. That's just for fun though. We're not stressing ourselves out over it. It's just something that I'm throwing in there. So we'll see what happens. That is my January wrap up, February TBR. Just a couple honorable mentions for TV show movies because that is another huge part of me. I do want to give a couple recommendations or things that I'm watching right now. TV shows, I am currently in the almost the end of Schitt's Creek. That was actually nominated for quite a few awards for this award season. So I'm just super excited I started watching when I did. A lot of my friends were making references that I just didn't understand, so I decided to hop in. Super bingeable, super quick to watch, so it's like if you have a little bit of extra time or something at night and you're just needing in the background. Fun to watch, kind of like on the par with like Parks and Rec and that kind of thing. Dan Levy, phenomenal actor. Love him. Hope he wins an award this year because it's just, he deserves it so much. I'm also still working on Criminal Minds. I have 66 episodes left. I'm emotionally avoiding it because it's just, I know I'm gonna be wrecked, but I love it. It's super good. And then as for movies, few honorable mentions. Soul, super good. I feel like everyone and their mother has basically watched it if you like Disney at this point, but loved Soul. These soundtrack is literally so beautiful. Epiphany is one of my favorites. I literally have it like when I'm writing or reading, I have it on the background. It's just really beautiful and it just makes you like think about things and believe in things, and it's just super, super good. So highly recommend that movie. Godmothered is something that I haven't seen as many people have watched, but it's super funny, super heartwarming. So if you're looking for another light watch, family friendly, super cute. The main actress in it, I don't think I've seen her in anything else before, but I hope after this movie I do because she's super funny and cute. I'm like, oh my gosh. It was just super good. Highly recommend that one. And then if you are into scary movies or suspenseful movies, I know not everyone is. I love horror movies, I love scary movies, and they haven't made a lot recently, so I've been working with the bare minimum because I feel like I've watched literally everything I possibly could have. But if you have Shudder, I don't know if you can rent it maybe. On Shudder, the movie Scare Me is super interesting. It's not like my favorite scary movie, but as a writer, it was kind of motivating in a way. It was an interesting concept. It's like 2 writers who go on their own writing retreats at the same location, and then power goes out where they're staying. It's kind of like a campsite kind of thing with like lodges. So the girl writer, who's like a best-selling author, goes over to the guy's cabin, they start a fire, and then they start telling scary stories. And there's like kind of some social commentary in there, a little bit of humor, kind of like a horror comedy, I guess it's advertised as, but it's really good. If you're into that kind of thing, check it out. Other than that, I think that's what we got going on. This month is also Black History Month. I have not, unfortunately, been able to include a lot of diverse other like contemporary books or nonfiction books in this month because I'm reading a lot of fantasy. So for this month, I'm hoping to kind of compile a list of films that I'm going to be watching. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is something that I'm super excited to watch. It was just released on Netflix this year. I don't know if it was January or February, but I saw promo pics about it and it was so beautiful. This Chadwick Boseman's last film. Viola Davis, who is a literal queen, is in it. The promo pics, if you are into any sort of cinematography, lighting, costume design, it looks stunning. So join me in watching that because I'm going to be fangirling hardcore. Other than that, I think that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Still don't have an outro. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! I don't know.